If you were to take a trip around Darlington, you might want to stop by North Road Station, as it is now home to a small railway museum with various trinkets and collector's items kept in an authentic station master's office, as well as locomotion number 1, one of the first steam locomotives built by George and Robert Stephenson. While the atmosphere around the station is warm and inviting, the station is also home to 2 rather bad-tempered ghosts. The station was opened for passenger service in 1842. In 1845, a ticket clerk at the station by the name of Thomas Winter was suffering from severe depression. He was at a low point one day when he was constantly berated by complaints from an irate passenger. The constant ridicule was enough to push him over the edge, and one night he shot himself in the station toilets. His body was found the next day. A few years later, around the 1850s, a night watchman was walking alone around the station when he spotted a man dressed in uniform leave one of the station buildings. The man was accompanied by what looked like a big black Labrador. The watchman approached the man, believing he was trespassing. The man swiftly turned around and punched the watchman in the face before setting the dog on him. The dog bit viciously at the watchman's legs before being called off by the mysterious trespasser. Both the man and the dog moved away from the watchman and walked into the coal house. The watchman, shaken by what he had just experienced, felt himself over, believing he'd be bleeding from the dog bites. To his surprise, he found no bite marks and that he seemed physically unharmed aside from falling onto the floor. He got up and ran to the coal house, only to find nobody there. After telling some of his colleagues about the incident, he learned that the man he saw matched the description of Thomas Winter, the man who'd shot himself years prior, and that his body was taken to the coal house to be wrapped in a shroud after his death. Ever since, people have said they've spotted a man in uniform and a large black dog walking together around the station at night, and to this day, locals still fear using the station at night, else risk being attacked by the angry ghost and his loyal dog. Another ghost that supposedly haunts the station is that of a young Victorian girl. An old, third-class Victorian railway carriage that was built in 1865 currently resides at the station's museum. Numerous people have spotted a young girl dressed in Victorian clothing seated in the carriage, and staff members at the museum have said they've heard the sounds of a child laughing and singing coming from inside the carriage, as well as an unsolved knocking noise. While nobody is quite sure of the origin of the little girl, I think it's fair to say she's got the right idea hiding in that carriage, because if I was stuck haunting that station with an ill-tempered ghost, I'd probably try and stay out of their way too. So if you do want to look around a nice little museum, then by all means head over to Darlington's North Road Station. Just be careful not to annoy any rail staff that happen to have dogs with them. Subscribe for more.